Hi, everyone. Lillian, say hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Mother's Intuition on this wonderful Monday. We're very excited. Oh, we stamped on the tablecloth. That's okay. We're very excited to be with you here today. Hopefully, you can join us, if not live, later on. We are starting our usually Mom Monday, which actually works well. But I'm going to, if you haven't heard, my name is Amanda Baker. I'm mom of two beautiful girls on the channel Gluten Free. My husband and I started this channel just recently. We have other content, but I'm trying to gear it all toward specifically homeschooling ideas over, especially over these next few weeks or month, however long we're kind of quarantined for this coronavirus. So hopefully to help you. Yep, we're gonna have just a minute. Hold on. Just be patient. Just be patient. So hopefully to help you all. I know a lot of you. I know a lot of my friends homeschool. Oops, we were just muted. Hello. Hope you didn't miss too much. So we've only been on for a minute. Luckily I caught that. But I was just saying that I'm Amanda Baker, and this is Mother's Intuition. Welcome on this beautiful Monday. My husband and I started this channel a little while ago called Gluten Free, and it is a channel really devoted to truth and general commentary, different things. But I try to do mother-related posts. So I'm starting this week and throughout hopefully this month while we're quarantined to do daily lessons for your kiddos who are stuck at home of all ages, and I'll gear the lessons towards whatever you're interested in. So if you, because some people are sick, so we're staying at home, right? We'll talk about some stuff we can do outside too, but while your kids are out of school, these are some hopefully helpful little lessons you can do. I'll mostly do elementary school type lessons, but if you have older kids and you're thinking, oh, I have a middle schooler, they really need some science lessons, especially science, because that's my expertise. I'll be happy to help with that, or math or anything. Just let me know. If there's a certain lesson you're kind of looking for, a certain topic, I'm happy to help. So I'm going to start with just a couple of general tips for homeschooling. I know some of you are homeschool experts, and bravo. I'm just starting my journey. I was a public school teacher for 5 years, so I do know teaching, but I'm new to homeschooling. So I'm just going to give you some lessons, honestly, I've done in the classroom and the ways you can kind of differentiate them for a variety of age groups. So if you're a mom who has 4, 5, whatever, even just 3 kids at home, but they're different ages, these are going to be good lessons that you can change up for kids of different age groups. So they'll work even if you don't have a first grader or a third grader. You can mix them up and make them a little more challenging for the older kids and make them a little easier for the younger kids. All right, so I'm going to start with, I'm Catholic, so I do want to start with a quick prayer, especially during this time. I think it's very important that we pray for the health of those who are sick and for our own health, that we can stay healthy with our kiddos, and honestly, you stay a little bit sane during this time of uncertainty, and some people will panic, and it's just important that we put our faith where it matters most. So I will start with a quick prayer. Feel free to join me or not. I'm saying a prayer to our Holy Mother, Mary in heaven, because she is our humble guidance during especially this time of turbulence, and for us to be wonderful moms to our children. So do you want to say a prayer with me? In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I don't know if I've introduced, this is Lillian. She is how old? She's 2. She's a little shy. So this isn't her first time on camera though, so we'll see how she does. So a couple quick tips before Lillian and I get into our lesson for today. And the baby is sleeping. So if you know me and our family, Miss Madeline, she does not nap well. So we will see how well this goes. I might need to leave Lillian in charge for a minute while I run and get her, but we'll see how it goes. So a couple general homeschooling tips. Tip number 1, I would suggest, you are 2, you are right. You want to keep stamping while Mama talks for a minute, and then we'll start our lesson, okay? Tip number 1 is, if you are thinking about doing this, like, number 1, permanently, or if you're just thinking about doing this honestly more of like a school day, you want your kids to have more of a structured time, I would highly recommend doing a schedule with your children. Something that you can kind of follow routinely Monday through Friday. You might know from summer vacation, when kids have an extended period of time off, they kind of lose it and get loosey-goosey. There's unstructured bedtime. It's going to be hard to, manage things, especially if you have younger kids. That structure and schedule is so important. So I would highly recommend just looking up some online. There's a lot of homeschooling schedules. I've seen a lot of people post them. You don't have to do it. Some people are kind of doing this, taking these next few weeks to just have some nice family time. That one's black. Just use those two for now, okay? Which I totally, my father-in-law is building our deck right now, so sorry about the extra racket. But some people are just using this time to have some extra family time, which is great, and not really doing homeschool. I think that's wonderful, especially if you had a busy school year, you're just pretty exhausted. Take a week or two off to just relax with your kids. But I do know, from experience that kids tend to get a bit wild, especially after 2 weeks of having time off. So if you don't start lessons this week, maybe next week, try to get some sort of schedule going with your kids. That way there's some routine and regularity, especially since we are kind of homebound. We're not really going out, to the mall or to the grocery store, the play parks, the jumping pads and everything like that. We're kind of more stuck home. So a schedule is going to really help with those times. My second suggestion is, number one, if your kid has stuff at home from school, notebooks, math books, whatever, get those out, use them regularly. If they have a textbook, use it. Otherwise, I'm going to try to cover up the name. Oh, here it is. Okay. Otherwise, get some notebooks. I'm sure you probably have a notebook or two at home, hopefully from extra school supplies. If you don't, just make one out of a bunch of paper and staple it together. I'm going to suggest making a homeschool notebook for these next couple of weeks, just so you can have your kids be busy in. And a notebook just for writing. Now is a really, really good time to have your kids practice reading and writing constantly. If anything else, those are, number one, 2 easy things you can do. If you're not I'm not really good at math. My kid's way, in this weird math program I don't understand. Don't worry so much about that. There's a lot of stuff you can look up online. There's a lot of curriculums you can look up online if you want your kid to get caught up in math or other topics, science, social studies. But if nothing else, focus on writing and reading. Those are 2 things that you can easily do at home. They require really no extra materials except for paper. And books. I would really recommend that. That's another big tip. Get some notebooks out. Reading and writing are big focus points, especially during this time. The next tip, and this is general health tip, get outside as much as possible. I know we live in Michigan, so the weather's not great right now, but I'm going to try to get us out as much as possible. If you live where it's warmer, go to a nature center or a park, especially where it's less populated, because you're not going to bump into too many people. You hopefully not too many germs around there. But getting outside is really going to help our system stay healthy and keep your kids active. Have them do running races, ride their bike. Keep them active so they're not sloths in front of the TV. That's what's just going to help make things much, much worse, is if we're just lazy and stuck inside the whole time. Try to open those windows, get outside, run around, stay active and healthy, especially during this time. And my last general tip before I start my lesson today is involve the whole family. Like I said, these lessons can be used for a variety of age groups. So just because your kids are 3, 4, 5 years apart, don't be afraid to have the older kids get involved in the lesson that the younger kids are in. And you can make it a little more challenging for them. I'll give some general tips on that as well. I have some other notes written down here, but since I don't know how long that baby's going to sleep and how long her attention span is going to last, I'm going to start with my lesson for today. And then I'll hit some of these tips throughout the week too. Or in 2 weeks, a month, who knows how long we'll be doing this. So today's lesson is going to be about the 5 senses. Lillian, do you know anything about the 5 senses? Do you know what the 5 senses are? Yes or no? No, you don't really know what the 5 senses are. That's okay. We never talked about them before. So we're going to talk about the 5 senses today. So today I'm going to go through the supplies you'll need first. Number 1, get out a notebook. Today is kind of a writing activity, or you can do it. It's science and writing, but I would suggest doing it as a writing activity. We're going to put your stamp pad down for a minute. Okay, because we're going to do this little, Mama made a game for us. Okay, so let's see the game Mama made. So I would suggest getting a notebook out because this is kind of a writing activity. She won't be writing because she's 2. But if your kids are older, I would say this activity could be from age 2 all the way, honestly, through like 5th, 6th grade. I've done this with older kids. We're going to play a game called the Five Senses. So I drew pictures. They're not wonderful artistic pieces of work by any means, but this helps, especially younger kids, visualize what we're talking about. For older kids, if you don't have any little ones, you can just write the word, the five senses words. I have a piece of paper with each of the five senses on it. So I have smell. Beautiful, right? Can you hold up this one? What's that a picture of? An eye, because we see with our eyes. Okay, next one. What's this one? Teeth and a tongue. Stick out your tongue. This is taste. Okay, what's this a picture of? Can't have a tricky one. What do you think that's a picture of? That one's an ear, because we hear with our ear. Hold up the picture of the ear. It's a really bad picture of an ear. And then what's this one?
My hand.
It's your hand, because we touch with our hands. Touch, touch, touch. So those are the five senses, Lillian. We have smell. I'll show you the pictures. Smell, see, touch, hear, and taste. The other supplies you're going to need are, let's see, some things to taste, a variety of tasty snacks. You could use, if you have older kids, I would do something fun like spices. Like get out the spice cabinet and put some like spices in a little container like Gordon Ramsay and have them do like blind taste tests. It could be a really fun way to do it. You can in just a minute. Younger kids, I would suggest doing some things they haven't tried because it can be a mystery. Yes, you can in just a minute. I'm going to have you taste it, okay? You can try taste this first one. Taste this one. So put some things in there.
That's a peanut.
It is a peanut. You're right. Taste it. So you don't have to do what I'm doing. Do a variety of flavors and mix it up. I would say this is a good opportunity to get kids to taste things they haven't tasted before. So if you're really trying to get them to try spinach, do it fun, like put a blindfold on them, have them taste it blind. That'd be a really fun way. The goal of this lesson is for them to write adjectives for the things that they experience with their five senses. So it's a lesson of the five senses, which is an important science lesson, the way we take in information, but it's a writing lesson as well, because you're going to talk about adjectives. An adjective is a descriptive word, if you're not familiar. Hopefully everyone knows what an adjective is, but I just thought I'd throw that in there. So describing word, like Lillian's vest is very smooth. That chainsaw is very loud. Those are all describing words. That is an ear. This hug feels nice and cozy. Aww. So these are all describing words. Oopsies. Can you pick up that piece of paper that fell down? Our dog Lucy is very fluffy. Your goal is for your kids to write down as many words as possible. If they're young, like my 2-year-old here, they're just going to say the words, and that's good. It's just a good way for them to expand their vocabulary. The older kids, when you're done with this lesson, I would say try to have them write at least 5 adjectives for each of the 5 senses, and then have them write a story or a poem. Stories are fun. I like writing stories. Have them write a little short story using their adjectives, and use as many as possible. I mean, they could write anything. You want to sit Mommy on the lap? So they can write a descriptive story using their adjectives. So we'll start. So we did something to taste. We're going to do the taste in just a second. Some things that smell. Let's see. Touching. I put some objects, mystery objects in a box. Ooh. So we're going to feel those. Hi, Mom. We're doing a video right now. So, and then see, for seeing, I'm going to do a book. And since Lillian's 2, I picked a book that has a lot of different emotions in it, so we can look and see what kind of emotions everyone are feeling in the book. So we're learning those too. And then for hearings, I mean, it's tricky, but it's not. You can really do anything. You can pull up sound bits. Yeah. You can pick up sound bits off your phone. Like I have a sound of a beach wave. You can just go outside and listen to things. Open your window and hear a bunch of things. You can listen, be quiet in your house and listen to what kinds of sounds you hear in your house. It really depends on, where you're located and what your kids do. I think Lillian wants to do the tasting activity. So Lillian, you tasted, let's taste this. You tell me what it tastes like. How does it taste? How does it taste? Is it salty or spicy or sweet?
It's spicy.
It's a little spicy. Oh, it's a spicy chip. Yeah, spicy. All right, and you, how about this one? What does this taste like? Ooh, I heard it. What kind of sound did that make? It's kind of crunchy. And what does it taste like? Is it salty?
Yeah.
Or spicy or sweet?
Spicy.
That one's spicy too? Okay, this one's gonna be fun. This one is gonna be kind of chewy. So I would say maybe suck on it a little bit. Mmm. What does that taste like? Is it spicy, sweet, or salty?
Chewy.
It's chewy. Is it sweet? Is it sweet or spicy or salty?
Just like
It's stuck in your teeth. It should. Is it sweet though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sweet. That one's caramel. You can just suck on it, okay? Maybe go ask Grandma for some paper towel to wash your sticky hands off real quick. Grandma got you a snack too. She got you a treat. So that's just an easy way for kids to work on describing with taste. So on your paper, they can just write taste and write down their 5 or more. If you, like I said, if you want to do like Gordon Ramsay style and give them like mystery food and they have to guess what the food is, but also describe it, that's a good way to do it. But have them write down 5 adjectives for the way things taste. All right. Oh, you're cleaning off your mouth? Good. All right, Lillian, let's do the touch one, okay? So next is touch. So Lillian's going to reach into this box without looking and tell me what you feel. What does it feel like? Don't pull it out. What do you feel? How does it feel? What does it feel like? Don't take it out yet. Tell me what it feels like. Is it soft?
Yeah.
It's soft? Oh, it's a little doggy. A soft doggy. And it's a little squishy, right? Is it squishy and soft? All right, feel the next thing. Don't look. Don't look. Feel it. What does it feel like? Is it soft or is it pokey?
Pokey.
It's pokey? What could it be? It's Mommy's pokey hairbrush. Oh, it's pokey. Poke, poke, poke. So you can do so many things with that, especially just throwing stuff in a box. It's a little fun game. I'm sure your kids, if you're younger ones, they might just like doing that all day long and doing mystery objects in the box and touching them and write down. Oh yeah, some things could be like sounds and they could be, oh, don't put it in your mouth. That's Lucy's ball. Sounds and they could also be textured. So how would you feel this one? What does this one feel like?
It's squishy.
Is it squishy?
Yeah.
Squishy and bumpy? Yeah, squishy and bumpy. Throw it for Lucy. All right, smell. This one's kind of fun. Smell. All right, Lillian, ready for some smelling ones? So for smell, I got some cotton balls. And if you have kids who can read, I would say do this in the other room just so they don't, get a hint of what they are. Lillian can't read. So I'm going to take, so I have some lotion here, scented lotion. I'm going to squeeze a little bit on this cotton ball. And then Lillian's going to smell it. No, Lucy. What does it smell like, Lil? What do you think? What does it smell like? Does it smell stinky or fruity?
Fruity.
It smells fruity. Yes, that's because this is, I think it's tangerine. So it's like a grapefruit lotion. All right. And then I got some of Daddy's deodorant. And you could do obviously a bunch of like stinky, yucky things too. But I did kind of nicer smelling things. There we go. What does that smell like? This is kind of hard. What does it smell like? Is it stinky or musty or fruity or minty?
Fruity.
It's fruity. I think it's kind of musky. If you have older kids, they'd be able to know what that is. And then some of Mommy's perfume. Oh yeah, how about that one? It smells sweet or stinky?
Sweet.
Sweet. Oh, good. Yeah. So that's another one. Easy. Just get some cotton balls or tissue or even paper, like they do at the at the Bath and Body Works and stuff. You spray on little papers and you smell them. So that's good for smell. Seeing, like I said, we're gonna do the Fancy Nancy book. So I have Fancy Nancy and the fanciest doll in the universe. And obviously, I can read the whole book to you, but I don't want this video to take forever. So we'll just do a quick version of it, and we will open to some pages. Oh, like here's one. Lillian, How does this woman look? What does she look like she's thinking?
Trying to find out what goes.
So does she look happy or scared or surprised? What do you think?
Wow.
She's surprised. She's like, oh, where is the little girl? Oh my gosh, there she is. All right. How about this? How does Nancy look like she feels here? How does Nancy feel? Does she look? She looks a little surprised, but she also looks like she's a little sad. Yeah. How about this little girl?
No.
Does she look confused or happy or sad?
Happy.
I think she looks confused. We're working on identifying emotions in books, Melina and I. She's actually pretty good. Sometimes she'll point to a character and say, why is she confused? How about here? What's Nancy look like she's feeling? She's laying down, so maybe she's sad. Yeah, she's sad because her sister drew on her doll. So this is a good way, especially little kids, to identify emotions, but also write down adjectives of how people are feeling, how they look. Oh, because she's too young. They can also, it's a sight one, so they can describe different things in the book. Oh, Nancy looks so fancy. She looks so glamorous. She's so pretty and pink. And you can use adjectives to describe how the people look, and they look comfy and cozy in their PJs. This is a gala. Look how fancy it is. Ooh, it's a ballroom. That's so nice. And then, like I said, for hearing, obviously right now, Lillian, how does Grandpa's chainsaw sound? How does that sound? Is it quiet or loud?
Loud.
It's loud. How about Madeline's crying? Is Madeline's crying quiet or loud?
Quiet.
Madeline's crying is quiet? Well, right now it would be quiet. She's not actually crying right now. Usually it's loud. How about this sound? I pulled up a YouTube on my phone. Ooh, what do you think that is? What does it sound like?
It sounds like I'm happy.
It sounds like going potty? Good guess. It's water. I have a sound clip of a beach on my phone. It sounds like kind of like flushing the toilet. Is that what you're thinking? So is it relaxing?
Yeah.
Or does it make you have to go potty? All right. So those are just some ideas. Like I said, what I would do after your kids are done with this activity and they've written their 5 descriptive words for each 5 senses, I would have them write a story using it and underline the words. It could be an informational story. It could be a short creative story. And then if they're younger, have them draw a picture and include some of the things that they saw, tasted. Yeah, taste. We did taste. Here's some more tasting, some more peanuts. But yeah, this is just a great way to do a little writing activity with your kids. And like I said, the great thing is you can do a variety of age groups. So if you have kids from ages 2 to 5th or 6th grade, I would say have them do this activity as a fun thing to do today. Which snack do you want?
Sweet or salty?
Which one do you want, sweet or salty?
Salty.
Later, while my baby's still sleeping, a couple other little quick activities I'll throw in today. If you have a beach ball at your house, or any ball, but I like doing beach balls, you can take a Sharpie, and for older kids, you can write questions on it, like little quiz questions, like those brain games. You can do random ones. You can do multiplication facts. It depends what they're focusing on. You can do addition, subtraction. For younger kids, you could do numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and write them all on. And the fun thing you do is you throw the ball to each other, you play catch, and wherever their right thumb lands, that's the question they need to answer. For little kids like Lillian, we can play back and forth, and wherever our thumb lands, you say the color. That's the nice thing about a beach ball. So this, once again, could be used for a variety of age groups. You can do any questions. You can look up random facts online. You can do spelling words. Well, no, spelling words wouldn't really work, so then they'd see the word. But they could say the word to each other. So my thumb landed on dog, so the other kid spells dog, D-O-G. There are so many things you could put on these balls. I would say focus on one task per ball, so don't put like a spelling word and multiplication, and you don't want to confuse like that. So pick one thing. So I did one before on the water cycle, and I used it for my students to practice the water cycle. And then wherever they're landed, a goldfish, yeah. wherever their thumb landed, they had to answer a question about the water cycle. But like I said, multiplication, addition, subtraction, that'd be a good math activity for your kids to do. Or colors or ABCs. You can do the alphabet if they have to identify the letters on there. For babies, I won't do too many today. I'll save some of these for later. Babies or toddlers, you can make sensory bottles. This is a good little thing to do, craft you could do with your little ones. Even Lillian, I made this when she was a baby because it's kind of fun for them to shake and hear the noise. But when they're older, they can decide what they want in it. They can choose a color, you can use food coloring or glitter. Old water bottle, water, and then whatever you want to put in it. You can put sequins in it, marbles, little toys. I've seen them with just little like tiny little animal toys. This one has rocks, seashells, and glitter and stuff in it. So, or sand. Sand's a good one too. Yeah, there's so many things you can do with sensory bottles. They're great for little ones because they can kind of grab them and squeeze them. And they're great for older kids too because they're just fun to have around. Little musical instruments. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that today because I don't want to overwhelm you, and I have more ideas I can share throughout the week. But like I said, really, I would say today, if you're thinking about doing this homeschooling thing, even for this next month, try to come up with some sort of schedule and get some notebooks going, especially writing notebooks. You will not be sorry if you spend some extra time reading and writing with your kids during this break. Those are, I'd say, the two big skills to definitely work on no matter what the age is. I'm so glad Madeline cooperated today. And Lillian, you did a great job too. We'll be back again tomorrow with another little lesson and some extra tips for you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Stay safe and wash your hands. Say bye, Lillian.
Bye.
Bye. Let us know if you have questions. Like, share, subscribe.
Bye.